Hey girl, hey, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lay. For those of you who are new, welcome. Alright, so today is going to be a very exciting video. Today I'm going to be doing a review and wear test on the new Born This Way foundation. This is the collaboration with Aina. I just felt like it was right. Like, you have to do the Aina dance, whatever. I actually got to use one of the new shades that she collaborated with Too Faced. This is in the shade Brulee. Funny thing, this is actually my first time using the Too Faced Born This Way foundation, period. So when it initially launched the first time, I was never super interested in buying it, so I never did. I like to support women of color, and since Aina collaborated with them, it kind of brought them to my attention again. And again, I don't know if you guys watch my Insta stories, which you should. Follow me on Instagram. Callie. So my sister usually uses this foundation and she absolutely swears by it. So this is actually my sister-in-law. So she actually swears by this foundation, and so I decided to give it a shot. And so far, I like the way it looks. It looks really natural. It looks like skin. So I guess that's the whole Born This Way thing. So far, I like this. But at this time, it is now 12:18 p.m. So I finished my makeup. I'm not naked. I'm 100% dressed. And we're about to go out and walk the dog. So we're going to be outside. And me and the kids are probably going to go for ice cream, and we're going to vlog it, right, Willow?
Yes, we're going to vlog today.
So Willow's with me, so we're going to vlog how this foundation holds up.
Story. I want to go with you.
You are going with me.
All of us are going. I want to go with you.
So then the next new item is the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. Now, I do have their original Born This Way concealer. I have the shade Medium Tan. So this is just lighter if I wanted a more highlighted look, but I was kind of going for a more natural-esque look. It's not 100% natural, but it is like, you know, a natural looking concealer day. So this is in the shade Butterscotch, and this is probably like my perfect shade. It doesn't necessarily highlight, but what it does do is it allows my brightening powder to do the highlighting. So I think that this is just enough highlighting where it's not so much. It's perfect for the summertime. Another bonus is mostly everything that I used on my face today is by Too Faced. So I think the only things that are not Too Faced are my mascara, my brows, and my liner and lip gloss. That's it. Blush, bronzer, highlight, my foundation, concealer, even my eyeshadow is all Too Faced. So Too Faced is a brand that I do like, so I do appreciate that they did come out with more shades, and they collaborated with a woman of color to get the shade range right. I'm in more so of the medium skin tone. Like, they have light tan. I'm never in those. I'm usually like the light medium and medium skin tone. That's usually where I fall in. So even though she was more leaning towards the darker shade ranges, like the deep and the deep darks, I'm more of the medium, light medium. I'm in there somewhere. So yes, without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into this tutorial. Before we do, please make sure that you subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell so you never miss a post from me. And without further ado, drum roll please. Let's get right into it. Alright, so we're starting with a fresh, clean face. And I'm going to be using the Born This Way foundation and the new multi-use concealer. So to start, I'm going to prime my face using the Too Faced Coconut Water, the Hangover Primer. This is a holy grail to me, as you can see. So this is a primer that I know works. So since it is a hydrating primer, I did use a little bit of my loose setting powder to pretty much mattify areas that I crease. So on my box, Callie actually broke the top off. So we're using the foundation. This is in the shade Brulee, and I'm just going to squeeze it right out the tube today, maybe. So I'm going to go ahead and get a little bit of foundation on my cheeks. And I'm using a Real Technique foundation brush, and I'm just using circular motions, patting motions, whatever I have to do to really get it into the skin and to, you know, adhere to my skin and look like skin. So small circular motions, patting motions, like I said, sweeping motions. I'm really just trying to get it on the first half of my face just so that I can see how this foundation is looking. And as you can see, it did kind of look a little orange at first, but once it's blended in, it really does match my skin perfectly. The thing about right now especially is that it's summer, so there are parts of my skin that are darker than the rest of my body. Like, as you can see, my body is pretty light, but then my arms are dark. My arms are only dark because, like, when I drive in the car, the sun is beaming in, or, you know, wearing shirts, my arms are usually more exposed than the rest of my body. So let's take a look. As you can see here, it really matches my skin perfectly, and it did the job. So you look on this side and you can see where I have like a little bit of acne scarring, some blemishes. So on this side, I decided to try it out with my beauty sponge, but what I noticed is that the coverage was a lot lighter, so you can see more of my skin peeking through, and I wanted it a little more full, so I did add another layer, which I didn't have to do on the other side. So just a little mental note: if you want more coverage, to use the brush, and if you want lighter coverage, use a beauty sponge. So right here, I'm just blending everything out so everything kind of blends together, since I am going out of the house. And now I'm going to go in with the concealer. This is the Multi Sculpting concealer, and this is in the shade Butterscotch. And it's such a pretty color. This actually matches as, like, I wouldn't use this as like a highlight. I use this more so to conceal, because you'll see once I blend it in, it does more concealing than highlighting. So if I was wearing like a really, really dark shadow, this would be too dark for me for like dark shadows if I really want it to be extremely highlighted. But for this day, it worked really nice. My skin looks nice and flawless. I love it. So then I'm going to go ahead and turn around and set everything. Now you can see that after I've applied everything, it's 11:36 a.m. And I'm going to go ahead and set that concealer using the Huda Beauty powder. And I'm going to set the... Actually, I didn't set the rest of my face, or at least I don't think. I don't know. We'll both see in a minute. So I'm really baking underneath the eyes. I don't know why I baked this much right here. It was completely unnecessary. So for my eyes, I'm using the Too Faced Just Peachy Matte palette. This is an OG Original. And I'm going to go ahead and do my eye look. I didn't do anything too spectacular. This isn't an eye tutorial. I just wanted to show you all the palette that I used. So I will have in detail all the shades that I used in the description box or on my blog. So make sure you check that out if you want more details as to what eye look I did here. So now I'm going to dust off all that excess powder from my nose, forehead, underneath the eyes. And we're going to go ahead and use the Too Faced eyeliner. They only had 2 eyeliners when I used to work at Sephora, so this is the black. And then I'm using the Better Than Sex mascara. I only have the sample size because I was out of the large bottle and I wasn't about to go buy a whole new bottle just for this video. So for lashes, I'm using the Kiss Lashes in number 11, and I'm going to go ahead and smoke out my lower lash line. The only thing about that eyeliner is once it's dry, it's really hard to get it to show up again, so it really wasn't as dark as I wanted it to be, but it was workable. So now I'm going in with my face products. For bronzer, I'm using the Too Faced Dark Chocolate Soleil, and I'm going to go ahead and bronze my face using this Zoeva brush. It's a face powder brush, love it. So I'm using the blush. I believe this is I Will Always Love You. I might 100% be wrong, but I will have the name of it in the description box. And then I like to spray my face first and then go in with my highlight, and this is the Candlelight in Warm Glow, and I'm going to place that on the high points. The only thing about this highlighter is if you want it to be like beaming in your face like glazed donut, this is not the highlighter for that, but I do think that it did a good job of highlighting. So this is the Too Faced lipstick in, I believe this is Bear With Me or Bare Nude. It's one of those. My lips were a little chapped, so I was having a little trouble, you know, adhering to that, but that was okay. And then I used a little bit of this Bare Minerals lip gloss. And to set my face, I'm using the Hangover setting spray. The nozzle is aggressive. Oh my gosh, I didn't realize how aggressive it was, and I ended up having to like pat my face. But that completes the look, so stay tuned for my check-ins. So this is what the foundation looks like in natural light. Not bad. Looking good. So I think it looks good so far. So this isn't a check-in. This is just me seeing what it looks like in natural light. I might actually take some photos out here. I think I'm going to. I think that's a yes. Yes. Alright guys, so this is check-in number 1. I finished applying the foundation at 11:40, we're gonna say 11:50, and I finished my entire makeup at about 12:18. So now the time is 2:42 p.m. Well, 2:43. So it's 2:43 p.m. So from 12, it's going on a good 3 hours since I've applied this foundation and the concealer, and it's looking really nice. We're gonna zoom in. There you go. So under here, not a lot of creasing. Not a lot of creasing. Foundation around my nose. It wore off a little bit right here, but that could have been an application problem because there's no problem over here. My smile lines, I'm sorry, I haven't done the stash in a while. So my smile lines, like when I smile, I actually put powder underneath, and I think that helped a lot with it not really creasing like that, like it didn't crease too much. So at this hour, oh, it wore off a little bit up here, but that could have been due to like sweating, and I had like a popsicle. So far so good. We'll go in with check-in number 2 and we'll see how it's going. So I'm sorry about the quality right now. I don't know what's up with this autofocus, but this is my final check-in for the day. I think this is my second check-in. If it is, sorry. So right now it is currently 7:55. For those of you who can't read that top of the time, it's 7:55 p.m. So I've had this foundation on since about 11:40. So we're going on 8 hours of wearing this foundation. So let's do a quick zoom in. So the concealer, let's see right here. Concealer, I think it held up. It actually held up really nicely. And the foundation, no creasing, a little bit of creasing. We still got foundation there. And that's where I think either that was a mistake on my part or it just wore off. It just wore off a little bit on the side of my nose. But other than that, this foundation has held up really nice. You see, I'm not excessively oily. My blush and contour, well, my blush, bronzer, and highlight is still there. It's still going strong. My foundation, my makeup as a whole, I think looks amazing. So I give this foundation a 10 out of 10, and I give the concealer a 10 out of 10 too. I think I'm really going to enjoy this concealer because it works really nice. It's perfect. Like I just like this whole thing. I like the whole thing. So we give it a thumbs up. And I'm gonna go ahead and get into the tub because I'm tired and I'm ready to end the night. So thank you all so much for watching. Please make sure to like, share, and subscribe to my channel.
Bye. Hit the notification button so you never miss a video. See you later, guys.